There we go. I'm Jeff Lyons. This is the 14First Alert Weather Show at 9 o'clock here on Wednesday, February the 25th. Glad you're along here, and sorry for that brief delay. We're trying to get all of our Facebook folks in there as well. By the way, I am monitoring your comments on the 14 News Facebook page, so you can chime in there if you have questions, comments, concerns, anything at all is fair game, and we'll do the best to answer those questions here in just a bit. We have cloudy skies, no big surprise there. The temperature has stayed warmer, at least for today. We were in the middle 50s. We do have some rain on the way, though, overnight and through tomorrow morning before we break out with sunshine and warmer temperatures then for Friday and Saturday. Next week, we're going to do a reset back to cloudy and unsettled with rain moving through. This is what the radar is showing right now, and we've got some showers over western Kentucky, mainly here in McLean County, around Calhoun, down to Sacramento, Beech Grove up here, and maybe right over to Livia and Livermore here before moving into Ohio County. Other than that, it is just cloudy out there now. We are expecting our second round of rain to begin early tomorrow morning, pre-sunrise, and continue through those early hours. It may be a wet or damp commute there for Thursday morning before we break out during the afternoon and evening and get clear skies. Now, with that spotty nature of the rain, we're not looking for a whole lot of it, probably less than 1/10 of an inch, all locations around the area. The big story here after the rain, or lack thereof, will be warmer temperatures on Friday, Saturday. We get that sun back out and temps into the middle 60s. For right now, we have 46 degrees and winds are out of the northeast at 6. The feels-like temperature down to 43. Temps around the area now all back into the 40s since the sun has gone down. For the month, today was just kind of an average day. We had 55 for the high. Our warmest days so far this week. The best is yet to come, though, on Friday and Saturday. And of course, still no rain. I've been harping on the fact we are a little bit rain deprived here across the tri-state with that monthly total for February now digging a deeper hole each day we go without rain, nearly 2.5 to 2 3/4 inches below the normal. The big map right now has quieted down from that huge nor'easter earlier over the weekend. We still have some snow and to the north and rain here across the Tennessee and Ohio valleys. Everything should kind of clear up a bit once high pressure asserts itself. But before that happens, we have low pressure down over Oklahoma. That will lift the warm front up and focus some of those showers over Kentucky early tomorrow morning. Once it gets to our east, we open up then with clear skies on Friday and Saturday. By the end of the weekend, though, things kind of sour, and our clouds will return by Sunday night. And then rain moving in. You'll notice too maybe some wintry weather to our north, or a mix, maybe some rain, snow here right along the Ohio River and north, and then better chance of wintry weather between St. Louis and Indianapolis, maybe Effingham there, Champaign in Illinois. On Monday then, we're back to cloudy and maybe some more rain Tuesday. I'll let the GFS run a little farther out. And we may be in line for some showers or thunderstorms later in the week, Wednesday, Thursday, as another cold front comes in. Again, we're looking way out now, so temper your expectations of these numbers, but the GFS is trying to generate an inch of rain. Keep in mind it was trying to generate quite a bit more rain for tomorrow than we will probably get. The European model also bringing in rain. On Monday, it shunts that mix a little farther north, and the snow even farther north there of Interstate 70, and keeps us wet then through Tuesday and early Wednesday next week. It too showing a cold front and possible thunderstorms there Wednesday, Thursday. So at least a little agreement in the longer term. We'll have to kind of watch and see how these evolve over the coming days. The European is crazy wet there, with 2.5 inches of rain potentially between now and Thursday, next Thursday. 36 degrees and cloudy overnight tonight with those showers, light showers scattering over the area tomorrow. Then we hit 53 during the day, with sunshine returning hopefully by the afternoon and clear skies tomorrow night. 64 will be the warmest it gets this week, and that happens on Saturday, kind of a good coincidence. And then Sunday through next week we have unsettled weather with a daily chance for rain coming our way. The temperature outlook much warmer than normal through the first week first week and a half of March, and wetter than normal too. So hopefully we will start to make up for this lost rainfall. There you go. It's such a big picture here. This is Marley, Derek Crabtree's dog there, and just taking a little nap there behind me. So hopefully you didn't doze off during this First Alert weather show at 9 o'clock like Marley did, or probably will, or maybe is doing right now. Let's look at your questions. Okay. Well, we got Laura Gray in there. Hey, Laura. Usual suspects in here again. Cheyenne Hammonds is on. Good evening, Cheyenne. Jeff Miller, Lenny Howard's on. Suzanne Daly, good evening. William Raleigh, haven't heard from you in a while. I don't know if are you still train spotting? I guess with the snow and everything and cold weather, it hadn't been good for that. The GFS putting out the S-word My Day Tuesday. Thinking rain due to the trends. Yeah, I'm not real crazy about snow chances there. It's been like that the last couple of events where it'll show snow. It was showing snow on the heels of severe weather last week, and of course we didn't get either one here, which is fine. Let's see. Zach Seats, are most thunderstorm chances next week, non-severe storms, even though a few severe storms got completely ruled out. Well, that's always the case. And when we're looking, at next Thursday, that's 8 days out. So European, the GFS, while they may signal, a cold front, for example, coming through, or some showers and maybe thunderstorms, we can't really say, oh yeah, this is going to be a big one. So right now, I'm saying just watch, and we'll kind of see how it plays out. Got plenty of time to reshuffle the deck, so to speak. Shelley Allman, happy for the beautiful weather this weekend for the move. Are you moving? Well, yeah, you don't want to move in the rain, the snow, or really cold. William Raleigh, sorry, mixed up days, but been a long day. It has been. This up and down weather is a pain, says Angie Wampler. I know. It's like, make up your mind. We are right in that, I call it the slop zone, because we're pretty much to the end of winter. I mean, spring, astronomical spring begins, in about 3 weeks, a little over 3. Meteorological spring begins on the 1st of March. And as I mentioned last night, and probably many times before, we can't rule out snow or wintry weather, at least until we get to that first day of spring. And then after that, the odds of having any kind of wintry weather go down quite a bit. For Science Corner tonight, I'm a lightning rod here. This, for whatever reason, stories about contrails, the trails that jet aircraft leave and props sometimes leave in the atmosphere, really gets people riled up on Facebook and social media. Conspiracy theorists, they're chemtrails and all this stuff, which they are not. But anyhow, just to kind of refresh your memory, if you forgot, the reason that we see contrails any time of the year, but particularly in the winter when we have more cold air aloft, is that the heat from passing jet engines basically takes the water vapor and condenses it, heats it up, and then it comes out the back as steam. Kind of like when you go outside on a cold day, you get that vapor that comes out of your nose and mouth. That's just water vapor from your 98.6 degree body into colder air. Think of a jet engine there, several hundred degrees, probably 1,000 degrees of exhaust heat into extremely cold air. And that's why that happens. So once they condense, then it leaves a trail. Of course, jets are usually moving 500-600 miles an hour, so it leaves a long trail up there. And depending on atmospheric conditions in the upper atmosphere, whether there's wind or not, you either get a nice tidy streak, or sometimes it kind of flares out, and becomes a cirrus deck of clouds. It all depends on the winds up there. Typically, your contrails will appear at 25 to 40,000 feet. That's the usual cruising altitude for most of our passenger aircraft. And if it's too warm or dry, there will not be a contrail. And there are days, if you've ever noticed, where you'll see some jets producing them and others not. They are at different altitudes and therefore don't have the right conditions to produce contrails. And the pilot can't control whether the plane is producing a contrail or not. It has to do with at what altitude he's flying. And so you wouldn't see a contrail on the ground because you need very cold air and, of course, the interaction of the heat from the engine to do that. Now, the pictures that we see oftentimes on social media or wherever, people will say, well, the skies never look like this. Well, pre-jet age, no, it didn't look like that. But since we've had jet aircraft, and particularly in the last, let's say, 20 years, maybe a little more, we have more flights going now than we ever have. And so you're going to have more contrails up there when conditions are right. It will create a cirrus deck, and the haze can deflect incoming sun and cool it down in the localized areas that are underneath that cirrus deck. It would be the same as if you got just plain old cirrus clouds. And the deck can hold heat either at the Earth's surface at night or deflect incoming solar radiation. And it can create a smaller swing there in the temperatures. They can also create shadows on other clouds. That's why sometimes you'll see a black line up there or a darker colored line with no jet with it, because that's the shadow being cast. And then, just general speaking here, north and eastbound flights are at odd altitudes, south and west are at even. Sometimes you'll see an X up there because you've got one east-west flight, one north-south, and so on. So it's not marking the spot or anything. This is just where the jets fly. If you look at any aeronautical charts, there are airways that planes follow, kind of like a highway in a way. So let's say you're on a flight from Chicago to Miami. It's going to follow a prescribed route that has air traffic control, radar, and so forth all along the path. That's the whole point, to kind of keep the aircraft in air lanes so you know where they are if you're an air traffic controller. One other thing, contrails are not new, at least not this century, the 20s, whatever century we're in, 21st century. They began during World War II, and that was the first time that we had aircraft that could get up to those altitudes. Remember, when World War II started in 1941, we had piston or propeller-driven aircraft, B-17, B-24, fighters and bombers and such. And they didn't go up there because they can't pressurize the cabin. And so the crew would have to wear oxygen, supplemental oxygen, but still they would not fly at 25,000 feet, for example. Once the B-29 came along and other pressurized aircraft, then they could get up at those altitudes, and propeller-driven aircraft put out exhaust just like a jet, hot air, let's say, and so they left contrails, and that was a big tactical problem. If you're trying to sneak in over the enemy and you're leaving this great big, contrail behind you, it's much easier for an anti-aircraft gun to follow you. And so meteorologists during World War II used weather balloons to look at the temperature, pressure, wind directions, and so forth aloft. And they were able to discern, okay, we've got moisture up here, therefore don't fly at X level, fly below it. And that then would keep the aircraft more or less conspicuous as they flew over enemy territory. Contrails occur all over the world. This isn't a United States thing. You can see them on all the continents. I don't know about Antarctica, but every place else. And as I said before, there are many, many more flights today than there were even 20 years ago. And so we see more contrails, and they can be forecast with weather balloon data, the same data that we use to put together the regular weather forecast. So hopefully I haven't stirred up a hornet's nest here, but I just feel like we need to keep the science front and center and keep our heads here. I see a lot of crazy stuff. I ran this piece on TV the other day and got the predictable nasty email from somebody saying, I was patsy for the government, and I was getting paid and gaslighting and all that stuff. And I wouldn't do that. I don't get paid by the government. And you know, no one ever really answers the question, well, why? Who's doing this? Why? And show me the effects, you know, of all these alleged things that the contrails are causing. And, you know, there's as much fake information out there on the internet as there is the real thing. So you have to be careful, but just keep your science, your fourth grade science in mind, and you'll be good. All right, I'll go through the questions one more time, and then I'll let you back to your relaxing out there. Let's see. William Raleigh, he has been doing some train watching. Well, that's good. That's good. Snow rollers, William Raleigh. Hey, that would be a good science corner. You have to have the right conditions for those. I don't have any, you know, slick graphics to show you on here, but usually to get snow rollers, you'd have to have kind of a wet snow, and as the wind blows across it, then it begins to create, you know, a little thing that rolls and picks up more snow as it goes along. Kind of like a tumbleweed. But different because it would be picking up snow. And I would assume a snow roller would get to the point where the weight of the roller would be offset or not offset by the wind, and the thing would stop in its tracks. But they do occur typically out in the open land, the prairie, which is around here, you know, if you get out in Illinois, or even, you know, north of the White River in southern Indiana, it's pretty flat all over. We have flat areas, of course, south of the White River, but just not as expansive. Think of the river bottoms in places like that. Western Kentucky, pretty hilly for the most part. But yeah, they do happen. So I'll do a little research for you on that one, William. In the meantime, oh, wait, we got another question here. Let's see, something came in. Oh, he has. William has seen them. Has seen snow rollers. I've never seen them around here. I can't think of a time that we had the right conditions for any length of time that we could get snow rollers. You'd have to get out in the country. You know, here where the station is, you wouldn't see them. You'd have to get out into northern Vanderburgh or Posey County or Warwick, you know, where it's flat. Into Kentucky, it's pretty flat in Union County there along the river. Henderson, pretty hilly, but anyway, you get the point. All right, well, I appreciate you watching the First Alert Weather Show here at 9. I'll have your full forecast updated at 10 o'clock, and I'll see you right back here again tomorrow night at 9 o'clock. Stay safe. Have a good night.